Who delivers the postman's post?
Yeah, who does deliver the postman's post?
I don't know.
This is a question I've never thought to ask.
Oh dear.
Ever, ever, ever. Or does he steal his own post? Because like he could just go, oh, that one's for me, and pocket it. Is that still classed as stealing?
Hello and welcome to
Oh,
that
no.
podcast
Oh no, it's just off drugs, Kermit.
with me, your friend Kermit the Frog.
After a heavy night on speed.
Yes.
I wonder if you take speed, when it wears off, do you slow down so you know everything sort of catches up with you again?
As far as I know, and I know a little bit about speed because
You've
I
taken
have
loads of
ADHD.
speed, haven't you?
No, I have ADHD, and the tablets they give you are a derivative of speed.
Right. So you're telling me that
And-
drugs are a good thing now?
No, unless of course you've got ADHD, then go ahead.
I say,
What?
are you gonna start trying to sell me speed?
But as far as I know, what speed does is slow your brain down so the rest of the world goes faster. Like
Okay,
it
that
slows
sounds
down your
trippy.
brain's process so that everything appears not actually faster, but I don't know. When you give it to kids with ADHD, basically their brains are going at like 1,000,000 miles an hour, and then when you give it to them, they slow down,
Right.
so they're not like completely fucking
Is it like
off their
people who
tits.
take weed,
No,
but different?
so different. Yes, so it's not like people that take weed at
I
all.
was gonna say, so they're not there questioning the meaning of life.
No, dude, what's the meaning of life? Sweets.
Wow.
Oh dear.
What's this? Oh, by the way, I've been meaning to ask you for a very long time. Why do people say, oh, that was a random segue? Why are we segueing to everything?
Because
Why are they now big?
Segway is a thing before segways were a thing. Segway is the transition between two sort of topics.
But I'd never heard it up until like recently.
Well, that's
I
because
feel
there's
so out of the
enough
loop.
podcasts that talk
I
awkwardly.
don't listen to the only podcast I listen to is Hat Chat, which you can find by the lovely lads at Hat Films. Sorry, that was a paid endorsement. I've now earned myself 50 quid.
Right. So there's a thing and it's happening and stuff. Yes.
What?
Right. There's a podcast. That's what we're doing. Yes.
Well, I forgot.
Yeah. Well, Mumble fucked itself, so.
Fucked itself in many directions.
So hard that it just went, oh my god, I need to give up now.
Give me a moment while my hole returns to the normal state. Multiplay's been having its way with
Brian,
me again.
Welcome to that podcast with Kermit.
God, fuck Kermit. Delete shit.
What have you been playing this week, Brian?
I've only played one game this week.
Oh
week.
God, you have turned into the previous host of this podcast who only played Dota every day.
That's not fair. Okay, because we were waiting 9 months for an update to next car game Wreckfest. I hate that name, so I'm not going to call it that anymore.
He calls it NCG.
NCG, mate. That's what it was when I bought it in January 2014. Yeah, finally got the update, so I've been playing it to death. And we finally got dedicated servers, which means that even when the guys I usually play with aren't actually playing, he's still got his dedicated running, so we can still race. It's a win-win.
Apart from
what? When it crashes.
Well, the lack of grip, and then they fixed the lack of grip and fucked everything else.
The grip. What's grip? I don't know what that shit is anymore. I've forgotten. Grip's a distant memory. Well, actually,
Brian had a nice rant yesterday at us.
well, they released the hotfix while I was playing, and I was like, yeah, I'm loving this. Get a bit of trail braking, yeah, hitting the apexes, and then the hotfix comes along, and brakes are locking left, right, and centre. It's like I'm just throwing anchors out the window to slow the car down. It's ridiculous.
It's like they've never driven a car.
It is like they've never driven a car. Gravel has more grip than tarmac.
Well then.
Anyone explain that to me? The car used to be, you used to have to actually hold on to keep it on the road, and then this hotfix has made it so you can just mindlessly drift like you're playing fucking Burnout. They were with that. They went, oh, we want to make it, more to the sim side than the arcade side, but we've gone full arcade. You never go full arcade.
Hello and welcome back.
Welcome back after our slight, short intermission in which Mumble died again.
Again! So
In
we're
which-
now using TeamSpeak, hence the
Yes.
audio change.
And in which I would like to offer a brief public service announcement. If you're looking for a reliable, cheap server provider, don't ever fucking go with multiplayer. They are dog shit. They will take your money and they will shit in your mouth while giving you the worst servers they possibly can.
And
Thank you.
yeah,
Public service announcement.
I hope you like being feeling the effects of a DDoS once or twice a day, because you'll get
Yeah.
it with multiplayer.
Yeah, multiplayer. Good ones. Which is why I have been asking PCG to try and get them off of that drug, and they won't. I think they're addicted.
It's just addicted. Yep. No! We're staring on it!
They are, they are addicted. The free service they get in exchange for advertising multiplayer.
See,
And I've been-
Brian, one day when this podcast makes us all the YouTube money, one of us can just drive to the other's house and record it live.
Yeah.
Live.
I could probably do that anyway, but I can't be bothered with that. I'm not driving that far. Put miles on my car. What do you think I am?
I thought you liked driving,
I
Brian.
do, but it's that weird point where I like driving, but my car's only got 30,000 miles on it, and I'm like, yeah, this is a long-term car. I don't want to be piling the miles on just to do a podcast.
Meanwhile, I crashed my car, and ever since it just decides when it doesn't want to start. The other day, it started fine. The first time I started it once, because I thought I should probably run this because it's not been run for about a month since I had the crash because I can't drive it anywhere. I went, I'll probably run this, and it started up perfectly. And then 3 days later, I had it fixed. I went to get it fixed and needed a jump start.
Oh dear.
And then yesterday I went to start it, and it didn't, it wouldn't ignite the fuel. It just was going rat, 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 rat. And then I left it for about 5 minutes, and then it worked again. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, cars. Work
So,
for no
I'm
reason,
looking
they
for a
don't
new
work for no reason.
car.
What are you thinking of getting?
Hmm?
What are you thinking of getting?
Oh, just think shit. I've got a Peugeot 206, so it won't be much better than that.
Peugeot. Please don't buy another Peugeot.
No, I'm not going to buy another Peugeot, but it'd probably be a Ford Fiesta or some shit.
Okay,
Or a Golf. Maybe a
I
Golf.
sort of
Golf's
hope, yeah,
nice,
a
really
Golf
nice.
would be VW is very reliable.
Yeah, maybe like a 2005, 2008 Golf. There you
I've not
go.
been paid by VW to say that. I've actually just owned 3 VWs.
This has now changed from the gaming podcast to the car podcast.
To the car cast. Car buying info straight to your ears.
But yes, my car, it now has a silver bonnet and a
Classy.
bluey silver. You know, the Peugeot 206 blue. That's the rest of it. But
You could just say that it's sort of going through race modifications, and you thought a 2-tone paint job would look quite.
yeah, well, that's
Sexy.
my stepmom when my dad was fixing it. She was like, "You could just paint the roof silver and just say it's got a racing
Yeah.
stripe."
Yeah, a really, really big racing stripe. Yeah. Think how much faster it would go.
I know, right? Unless you put flames down the side.
Yeah, I was doing 600 miles an hour down the M1. You saw it.
Oh wait, that was 60. Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah, I just paint extra zeros onto my dial to make it feel like the go faster stripes were making my car go faster. I was in a random, unrelated, well, somewhat related topic. I was watching some car program a few years ago, and they were going, "Oh, let's do modifications to a car and see how fast it goes down a drag strip." So they set the standard motor down, and they put some go faster stripes on, and it got a faster time. So by their logic, go faster stripes make a car faster.
Right.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was changing audio settings, so I didn't listen to anything at all.
But it's alright, the non-existent audience did. They probably switched off because I was
Because I
bored to
noticed
death
that
anyway.
when I was talking, your voice was getting quieter and quieter and quieter and quieter, so you couldn't hear it anymore.
That's probably a good thing, really. I can't stand this guy. Mute him all the time. So it just sounds like you're talking to yourself.
We do apologise for any audio flaws. I've never fucking used TeamSpeak's recording, and I barely use TeamSpeak, so...
I was a big advocate of TeamSpeak. My first foray into VoIP was TeamSpeak 2. Way back when.
Let's get nerdy here, Bran, right? Mumble has better audio quality in the sense that it doesn't sound like this.
This sounds normal to me. I can't really tell the difference between this and Mumble.
There's a sort of, like...
You do sound slightly flatter, but not enough for me
Yes.
to go, wow, he sounds so flat.
So, I mean, there's less background noise in TeamSpeak. This is me and Pope had this discussion. There's less background noise in TeamSpeak, but there's less like depth to the voice.
Look at it this way: you're still not as flat as who was it, Gemini at the Eurovision when we got Neil Poir.
Didn't watch. I don't watch Eurovision.
You missed
mate.
that.
Don't watch Eurovision. Right?
That...
What compulsion would I have to watch Eurovision?
I used to only watch it to see the scores at the end. That's the only reason I watched it. I didn't watch any of the acts, just the scores.
Sat there and watch some people go, France, 6 points.
I was a sad child.
England, Great Britain, 0 points.
0 is fucking usual. Because we're shit at everything. Actually, no, it's because no one likes us.
Apparently
no one likes us.
I don't get why. It's not like we haven't had Tony Blair and David Cameron in power.
Yeah, Tony Blair, the fun-loving bastard of the Labour Party. Anyway, I'm not getting into politics because it's dangerous territory. It's like going into a minefield with your hands over your eyes and just running. Yeah. That's what it's like. So I'm not doing it. Because everywhere I go, I'll get my leg blown off. Yeah, that is a politics discussion. That's a politics discussion. And I'm not ready for it anymore.
Yes. Wow.
So you're keeping the mumble thing in, aren't you? What we did, the 6 minutes that we got.
Yeah, the 6 minutes we got in mumble, which is why everyone's going to be like, "Oh, that sounded to me." Oh, it sounded like shit.
No, it sounds shit. It sounds like the first one where they did echo.
Yeah, it sounds like the first one where they got echo, or the second one where it's constantly going. The best bit is you're going to sound like shit and I'm going to sound normal. I
always sound like shit anyway. You do it on purpose, I think. Yeah, you put a shit filter on me so it sounds like I'm talking through a toilet.
The white background noise on the way over you.
And our Iraq correspondent. I'm sorry for the technical difficulties
it's
there.
It's 2015 and they still can't get a fucking satellite call.
Serious? Are they doing an interview with like a 16-year delay? Hi, how are you?
I'm good! How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
It's when you get them nodding at the camera because the camera's going,
yeah,
no, they'll be coming through in a second. It's like,
yeah. Or the news person has done a really long sentence and they're just nodding along. Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, I agree with that. I agree with that. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I agree with that, yeah.
And then they go on about that. Well, there's bombs dropping behind me, so we're going to go now.
So I'm probably going to be dead by the time my message reaches you.
Oh, dear. Good old tangents. We're good at these, aren't we, Ryan?
I do love a good old tangent.
Oh, that was my phone went off. Everyone got to hear my phone going off.
I didn't hear your phone.
No, because TeamSpeak didn't pick it up. Mumble. It's not Mumble anymore. It's not Mumble anymore. It's TeamSpeak.
Well, at least when I had to listen to your bowl constantly moving up and down on the desk. Like last time, where I had to stop and ask you what the hell that noise was.
No, it's just me punching the table now, which you again can't hear, but...
No. Yeah. Right, computer games, Snowy. What about computer games?
Right! You've been playing NCG, and at that point, I said, if you want a good racing sim, well, if you want a good car sim game, you should play Dirt
If you
Rally.
say Project Cars, I'm going to punch my monitors.
I'm gonna say Dirt Rally.
Okay, I'll let you off. Dirt Rally, fantastic game.
I haven't played it in a while, though.
Granted, I only played 8 hours, but it was during my study and exam time, so I didn't really get that much time to play it. But what I have played is very good.
Me and Brian, I would say, were actually, in the Mini Cooper at least, were quite equal pegging at one point.
Yeah, and then I got to the Stratos and I destroyed you.
Yeah, because I can't do that car, so I need to save up the money for the rental cars, and it takes fucking forever.
But I drove the Ford Sierra Cosworth. That shit was hard. That was the thing you beat me on.
Was it the Escort? Or was that the...
What, the Escort Mark II?
Yeah, that's a car if you want, so, you know.
But that was the one that was in the same class as the Stratos.
Yes, that's the one that I want in real life. Is my
Why?
rank.
It'd probably be a rusty mess now.
Yeah, but I could restore it and be like,
every Ford my dad owned was a rusty mess.
That's because I just love the bit I love about Fords is no matter how many times they redesign, you can always tell a car's a Ford by different, like the handles or the locks or.
What? Because they're cheap and tacky. They like, clearly went down the fucking pound shop.
Any pre-2005 Ford, it's got the lock is like the keyhole is on a black plastic circle.
Yeah,
like that's a Ford.
Pretty much every Ford my dad owned. Everything's a plastic circle.
all of the handles look the same now.
But saying that, old Fords they're very distinctive. You know you're looking at an old Ford when you see one.
I
Despite
said
the
they've
badging
gone back
you
to
can
that
see.
now, actually, because we've got a Ford Focus now, and you can tell. You can, like, see Ford Focuses, like, wherever they are. That's a Ford Focus. That's a Ford Focus. Don't think cars are boring these days. Back to the car cast.
They are very boring.
We could do whole podcast on cars, Brian.
Yeah, but I don't know enough about them to fill out an hour and a half on cars. I go, yeah, that one looks nice, but I don't fuck all about it.
True.
Yeah, it goes good round corner when I turn wheel.
I'll put the key in and it start up and it goes.
Yeah. This is a good car and this is why you buy it. That would be basically the car reviews.
Yeah.
Yes. See.
Yes. But we could be like giving cars to test drive for review, and that would be awesome.
You know what? Like, I would love that, but I don't think it's going to happen.
Just like every fucking week, just this is the new Volkswagen car. It wouldn't be like Top Gear car testing. We wouldn't get like this is the new Ferrari F550 or 690 or.
This is the new Volkswagen Lupo that we're as a fine player of Lupos yourself, and I think you'd be the perfect candidate to drive one. Yes,
totally
I
not
would.
biased at all.
Hey, I've bought, well, the last 3 cars I had have been Volkswagen Lupos. I am the world's leading authority on Volkswagen Lupos now.
This one's shit compared to the last one that I had.
A car they stopped making 9 years ago.
Oh dear. And then it'd be like, this is the new Fiat 500. Like, it's shit. It looks ugly. I'm not getting in.
They are ugly. It's like they've gone, what made the classic cars great? They were tiny, they were utilitarian. You know, they got people to where they need to go, let's make them really fat.
I mean, it says everything about your car when you test it on the roof of your building.
What does that say? Hold on. What does that even say?
I don't know.
What is you're saying?
I
things
love
like,
the fact
no,
that Fiat's test track is
wait.
on the roof of their fucking building, though.
Oh, my Steam started down low. I was like, yep, that's it. My stuff's going to shit.
Yep. Goodbye, Team Speak, back to Mumble.
Mumble we go. But sorry, it was just City Skylines Workshop content, which there are very good mods for that out now, especially now it's been out for a while.
So, you've literally only been playing NCG, as you
I did play a bit of Cities. I got back into that. And then the NCG update finally
They've
arrived.
basically said with Cities that they're going to keep supporting it until like the tech no longer lets them support it.
Wow, I didn't see that, but that is fantastic.
They basically said there's no point us making a sequel until like the tech says, oh, we can actually make a far better game with that now.
So you mean they're not doing what EA does?
Yeah.
Right. So they're being a good game company.
Yeah.
Right. This is one plus in this myriad of shit.
If you think about it, you could technically say that Activision are still using the same engine they used.
I'm pretty sure they are. Every time I see
heavily
gameplay,
modified at this point, but yeah, it's the same engine they use for God 4.
Heavily modified because they made one letter in it a capital. Basically, every time I see a Call of Duty video, it looks exactly the same as COD 4 when I used it. It doesn't look any different.
Oh dear.
Why do people keep buying this tat? And we've done the Call of Duty discussion. That was in an earlier podcast. If you go back to the, I think in the last podcast,
you'll find the
Call of Duty discussion.
No, every podcast was us bitching about Battlefield. I know that.
Yeah, but it's a bit of a sticking point, isn't it? Really?
Yeah.
Every
We don't go
single
there.
time.
We're not going there. We're not going there, Brian. Stop.
Yeah, Battlefield shit, mate. No, the patches have not fixed anything before anyone even says.
Oh dear. Right. Anyway,
that's
getting
it.
away from Battlefield. I have been playing. I got to look at my Steam now because I really can't. I just can't remember yesterday.
I can't remember what I've been playing.
What did I've been playing some Ark Survival Evolved. I got code for that. And
Right.
That's an alright game. It's very early access. Like there is an update every day for that game of some sort.
I'm hearing about total lack of optimization, which is what's putting me off of buying it.
Yeah, I was going to record some. Well, I did record some, but I was playing at 30 FPS. It's 40
Yes,
miles.
I can't play at 30 FPS. Cannot.
Yeah, so it's good. It's got some way to go.
Is it promising?
It's promising, yes.
So we're saying it's one to look out for in the future.
It's a very hard survival game, and it has dinosaurs that like to kill you.
Right, so it's just like zombies that like to kill you, but dinosaurs instead.
Yeah, but they've actually got like alternate attacks, whereas zombies all just sort of go. Nah, nah, nah,
That's not a variation for me.
But there's like you've got that. They've got the triceratopses and they've got sort of gigantic turtle things that like to bite your face off. They've got T-Rexes, of course, because you couldn't have a dinosaur game without T-Rexes. Otherwise, what the fuck is the point?
What is the point? Am I right?
And they've got the spitting ones from Jurassic Park that I don't know the name of. The ones that spit at you. That's like at the spawn point. Chavs. But like when you spawn into that game, if you don't look out for the spitting dinosaurs, you're gonna be dead within minutes because like you'll walk up to one by accident and then it like, and then you're like, I can't see anymore.
Right.
So it's a very hard game. It's got
is it accessible?
System. Yes, sort of. Like it's very much a game of it's not as I call them wiki games where you have to go look for the wiki. It's not so much that because it takes a lot from Rust. Like the UI is very Rust centric. Like,
but how far can you go with the UI? That's the thing. Hotbars. Everyone's gonna have a hotbar.
Yeah, hotbar, but it's like the crafting system is very similar to Rust, where it tells you how many parts you need. Whereas Minecraft's crafting system, or I don't know what.
That was so much guessing shit when I first started playing Minecraft.
You know, like well, I don't know any other crafting system games because I've not played any others. But yeah, it's not as like awful as Minecraft, where it's just guess it or go look it up on Google.
That was a serious wiki game. So from the first day I played, I was like, "Well, don't have to make a crafting bench."
Yeah.
To the wiki I go.
And now the wiki's outdated as fuck.
Yeah.
Then again, Minecraft, me.
I think they've lost their way with that.
Speaking of Minecraft news is Minecraft Windows 10 edition.
Right.
Right. So if you own Minecraft on PC, you get it for free.
So does that mean that they've now decided to add vertical slabs and mineral stairs and a myriad of other important building blocks that we need?
It's not the replacement for Minecraft.
Because Minecraft is... I'm going to say it. Minecraft's dead.
Minecraft is dead to me.
They goofed. They seriously goofed.
It's not dead to the 100,000 people that went to Minecon in London, which is...
Yeah, but why are we so blind to the fact that they actually sort of ignored the mining and the crafting part by going, let's put RPG stuff in it? Yeah, you know, you've totally neglected.
The food bar update, which I can't remember, was it the adventure update or some shit like that, was just where it stopped being mined. It's like, oh good, now I've got to feed myself every 10 fucking seconds.
Yeah, you know, I just wanted to go out, mine some shit and build some shit.
Doesn't add any challenge, it just means, you've got to make a farm now.
Yeah, and for now it means that to get to access certain parts of the game, I'm forced to play other bits. I'm just not interested. That's not why I bought Minecraft. I want to build myself a nice gaff, be in there, sipping whatever drink it is that popular, trendy people drink.
Gin and tonic.
Okay, so Fox's piss. And, you know, lord over all the people who are in the same street as me, but I can't do that anymore. Because everyone's got fucking beacons because they went out and did shit and I didn't. I have to sell my body.
But I haven't been playing Minecraft, so,
No, nor have
I. What else have I been playing, seeing as I'm the only one that has any variety in games, whereas Brian plays one game a month,
It's not my fault, okay? It's not my fault.
I actually went back to FTL this week. That was interesting and fucking hard when you haven't played it for a good year.
Right.
Oh god, have you ever played FTL?
No.
Oh man, such a good game.
But you know, maybe I'm thinking too much, but I see people going, "Oh my god, this game is so shit. It does this and this wrong." And it's like, that sort of killed my interest.
What FTL?
Plus spacey stuff. I don't really that interested in spacey stuff anyway. The spaciest thing I've got is bloody Starbound.
I don't even know what game it is, like what genre it is. It's just a really good game and it's got awesome music that is really cool. But you wouldn't know because you turn the music off and everything. So
no, I have music on Starbound.
Well, exactly, yeah. FTL's got really good music as well.
I enjoy the music of Starbound.
I enjoy the music of FTL quite a lot. I bought
Did
the
you?
soundtrack. Yeah. What else have I been playing? I've been playing. I bought. Wait for it. I bought Call of Duty Black Ops.
What?
Look, I found a site that was selling it for £8, and I went and bought it for the zombies alone, and that was it. I'm a
Isn't that
big
pretty
fan.
much everyone ever?
I'm a big fan of the Call of Duty Zombies mode since, but you know, I just haven't bought a Call of Duty game since Black Ops, basically.
Yeah, the last Call of Duty game I bought was Black Ops. Sorry, Blops.
And
I enjoyed Blops.
the campaign on, I don't know if it's just a PC campaign, but that is bullshit right there. Where you got fucking like enemies. I'm used to Call of Duty's sort of agenda where it's literally don't go off the beaten path. You know, don't stray at all.
Don't
When
explore.
I'm following the straight line and I've got enemies following me from like 6 miles back that come up with their shotguns and kill me in one hit, I'm not happy anymore.
I'm sorry, I find Call of Duty so boring these days. So boring.
I got that Advanced Warfare thing. I got that for Christmas because I was like, because everyone's going, oh, it's so different, and fair enough.
It's the same, isn't it?
But
it's the same.
I haven't played the multiplayer because I've got it on console, and I just can't do console FPS anymore.
No good player can do console FPS because console FPS is shit.
Just like, oh my god, I'm driving a fucking tank with legs.
Yeah,
Help.
basically. It's horrible. It really is horrible.
But yeah, I bought Call of Duty Black Ops, and I haven't played the zombies yet. Actually, I played them once, and I remember why you don't play with randoms, because everyone died in round 2.
Yep. Blops is the last... I only bought Blops because... Actually, I enjoyed Blops.
Blops was a good multiplayer, yeah, I enjoyed Blops.
It was only when I started getting some shitty glitch, which meant everything slowed down to a crawl, that I actually stopped playing.
Well, Blops was the last console game I really played as well, but the only thing I hated was the fact they started off saying, "Oh, quick scoping's not a thing anymore," because
what the hell's up with that? Oh, let's remove a playstyle because
but then they
people
put it back
died
in and
with
made it completely bullshit anyway. So you know,
that's the thing. That's the thing when people start bitching and whining and changing games. It's like, well, what's the fucking point? It's a totally valid tactic. The guy still has to scope in on you. You still got time to shoot him. You know, it's not his fault you're not quick.
Well, no, the problem with quick scoping was the idea that you use the scope to make the auto aim hit the head because it did, and then you press the trigger before the scope had even rendered. That was
but on PC it wasn't like that. You had to actually.
But this is on
point
console, and you know that COD is made
fuck
for consoles.
console. Seriously, console fucking sucks.
But
who the fuck plays anything on Xbox One
console,
these days?
and it was nice at first when you didn't have people quick scoping. They still had the what's the other one? What's the other type of scoping? I can't remember.
No scoping.
You see, he still had no scoping, but quick scoping was sort of nerfed in Blops on console because of the whole aim shit going on.
It was nerfed. It was nerfed in Blops on PC because there was it sort of still had the firing from hip spread for the first couple of seconds you were in the scope,
which sort of makes sense.
Which makes sense because you're not going to put but then things making sense in a game in which you can jump up and down without ever stopping while firing, you know, a fucking M240B. Come on, man. You can't start having realism in one place and not in another.
But then they put it back in. Like, that's what stopped me from playing it on console, because they put it back in and I was like, well, I can't actually go around a fucking map anymore now, because everyone's just got their snipers out and joy.
Yeah, well, I used to be sniper and then I swapped to AKs because I was better at that.
I never got the point of map design in the Call of Duty game because everyone just went around quick scoping anyone anyway, which meant they basically just stood in the middle of the map and
I don't think it was actually ever a problem because I played a lot of Call of Duty 4 and, you know, you had to be really, really good to be able to quick scope in that game. Really.
But in Modern Warfare 2 you didn't have to be good because just about anyone could do it.
It's because they dumbed it down. That's the problem. When you dumb a game down, you make hard playstyles become so much easier.
Because I used to actually enjoy sniping, you know, sitting on a rooftop and...
That's lame, camper.
What? No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, that's camping,
no,
mate.
the problem is... the thing is... the thing is with Modern Warfare 2 is they put in anti-camping tactics when it comes to the snipers class. They actually put in like the whole sensory shit. The ball of... What was it? Ball of knowing.
What, the ball of knowing?
Yeah. They put that in there and all that, and... It actually meant you weren't camping ever because you had to keep moving, and then you set up, you you'd be able to go down and get 2 or 3 kills and then move on because somebody was coming towards you. It was a nice tactic. It wasn't camping.
Camping.
It's not camping in the sense I was.
It's like the people who play Call of Duty 4 and put claymores down in the room they were in.
Well, yes, that's camping. That's what I call camping, where you sit in a fucking corner and wait for somebody to walk around the door.
I'm gonna play support, and I'm gonna take a big machine gun, and I'm gonna take claymores and dead silence.
I don't call what I did as sniping camping, because I wasn't sat in a corner with a claymore surrounding me where nobody could fucking get me.
Were you moving in to take points? Or were you just playing deathmatch?
I mostly played team deathmatch.
Yeah, so did I.
But I did enjoy. I didn't enjoy the objective modes on any game apart from World at War. World at War had really good objective maps.
Domination was really hard on Call of Duty 4 because the maps were just too small for it.
Oh fucking! What was the shipping crate map on COD 4? Oh god!
Shipment.
Fuck that game. Fucking everyone
had 64 players.
Everyone had martyrdom, and that was it. You're just Ugh.
Seriously.
Fucking I spot I'm dead because a grenade.
Screw that map. I played it on 64 players. It's a nightmare. People go, it's so fun, but you live for like half a second.
Yeah.
What's the point?
And it's not a game that you can enjoy dying in. Whereas when you play games like TF2 or PlanetSide 2, you don't give a shit if you die. Call of Duty is not one of those games where you don't give a shit if you die.
Yeah, it's sort of like it's quite sad when you look at it now, but it's sort of like getting a 16 KD was sort of like a mark of greatness among your other pub foes. You become a pub hero. Those
Sorry, I'm just giggling at the screaming in the background.
Yeah. Kids.
Oh dear. Scott!
No, it's not Scott this time. Kids play in the garden.
Oh dear, it's fine.
See, I'm not just a voice on the internet. There's a real life going on behind me.
He's not just a disembodied voice that lives in the internet and just bits and stuff. No.
I don't just randomly join Snowy as a guest voice.
Hello, this is Brian, and today you're listening to my voice.
I would close my windows, but it's too damn hot.
It's too damn hot.
And I'm at the top of the house. I'm at the top of a 3-story house. There's no way I'm closing my windows.
And no, it doesn't mean he's rich. He lives in London, so
I live in London in a council house, so don't worry.
So like, there's like 16 stories to one house, and there's 16 different families in them. So
I've got people with mental disabilities on one side, and people who are just yobbish on the other side. It's great. It's like living in paradise.
Oh dear. The best part about London houses is that people live in the basements that are like the size of a fucking 2p. The one house that I've stayed in is sort of in inner London. Let's say inner London. I'm not going to say central London, but inner London. The proper urban bit of London. They lived in the basement level, and their double bed took up the entire fucking bedroom.
Right. Do you realise the tangent we've gone off?
Yeah, I realise the tangent we've gone off. I don't care.
As soon as you started talking about 2 pence piece houses, I was like, yep. We got on a tangent.
Yeah.
So I think I'm going to close the window because they're getting louder. So you can hear it. How clear is it?
It's yeah. I could hear the 2 individual children screaming at each other.
That's my nephew and my very young cousin. They got the paddling board out because it's hot today.
Which means screaming, of course. Water means screaming. I never got that as a kid.
Kids mean screaming. Kids.
Why? Why do kids scream? Why?
I don't know. Right, I'm gonna take a short. We're gonna take a short intermission while I close these windows. Yeah. Okay. Do that.
I don't like Brian at all. He's a complete cunt. So, viewer, how are you today? We're sorry, we're currently busy at the moment. We'll be with you shortly.
And welcome back.
An advisor is ready for you. Would you like to take this opportunity to talk to them? Or would you like to give your space up for somebody else on the line?
No, neither of those things. I don't do anything. Anyway, I'm back now with 95% less kids screaming.
Sorry, what?
Basically, that's what it was. I was at the windows closing them, and it was like,
that. The wave on my recording for that is just literally a block of blue.
Well, it's alright, so you can go to that point without having to listen to your own content again.
Yeah.
Like all the good people out there.
I've got that stuck in my head now. Where were we before the screaming children happened in the London
What's
fest?
this E3 recap you put in the notes?
Right, we should
we spent like half an hour talking about... I don't even know.
Well, yeah, I've been playing games is what we were talking about.
40 minutes you spent talking about, I don't know.
That's got better, but let's go on to the news. Not that we've only 30 minutes in, Brian, because we've only got like
40.
5 minutes. Well, I've got 30 minutes of recording, mate. 30 minutes of recording plus the 5.
Plus the 6 minutes on...
Yeah.
So, as good as 40.
Sort of.
Anyway.
Podcast plan. I've got to open up the podcast.
Fallout 4! Fallout 4! Talk about Fallout 4! Talk about it. Tell everyone about it. Oh, it's happening. Oh, it's finally arrived. Everyone's a shit because of graphics, yo.
Would you like to be the lead in Fallout 4, seeing as you're the man that's obsessed by Fallout?
It's been a long time since I've seen
the... is about Fallout.
It's been a long time since I've seen the reveal. But I'm hella excited for Fallout 4. I'm making sure I'm going to have everything out of the way, clearing my diary. Fallout 4.
Are you booking a sick day off?
Possibly 4.
Possibly 4.
I'm not actually going on a real holiday this year, so I can do what I want with my holiday days.
What he wants to. What he wants to.
What I want to. It's what I want to. Yeah, so I'm going to do that and just smash some days off and just hardcore no life.
So you're gonna do what I did when it came to Skyrim, and over the weekend you're going to basically get as many hours as there were in the weekend.
Basically, yeah.
I remember that.
I'm gonna forgo the whole getting a girlfriend before the end of the year plan and just play Fallout 4. That's it.
I remember when Skyrim came out, I was sat up until midnight, and Steam didn't unlock until about 5 AM, so I was up until 5 AM.
Chump.
And then I was like, I'm going to go to bed now. And then I woke up, and then I basically played it non-stop for the entire weekend, and I looked at the end of the weekend, and I had like 40-hour playtime. And I was like, oh dear.
Did I even stop to have
there's only been like 20 more hours than that in the entire weekend, so oh dear.
Well, there's 48 hours in a weekend, mate.
Well, no, I was including like the end of Friday and stuff, and beginning of Monday, because I played it non-stop, like literally. Yeah.
You're a student, so yeah.
Yeah.
You've got ample time to do everything.
Ample time!
Which is why you play so much more than I do. I don't have that much time.
I know, but...
So the games I do play are the ones I really love.
The problem is I play games for a long... I will play a game. Like, I've got 38 hours of XCOM Enemy Unknown, which is the current Steam one that's on my Steam, so... But I probably played that in one big chunk.
Yeah.
And then never touched it again.
Yeah, that's what happened with Rust.
Well, that's what happened with Cities.
72 hours I smashed on it. Yeah, and Cities. I smashed 100 hours on Cities.
How much did I do on Cities? I did 30 hours.
And you burnt out long before I did.
But I got fed up with the fucking death thing, which they haven't got rid of apparently. The whole death hump. Apparently that's not gone yet.
It's only really prevalent when you zone a huge area at once, which is what I did, and that's why I suffered. So if you zone, progressively, it'd be alright.
Just doesn't seem to make sense.
Or if you pick up one of the many slow aging mods, it'll obviously spread the gap, which is nice.
It's just,
It's one of those things, mate.
It shouldn't be a thing, though. It's a thing that should have been fixed by now, I think.
You know what? So much of the rest of the game is so good. I can forget.
Yeah, it's not like to put the entire game, but it just put me off the game after a while. I was like, it's just a fight. I'm not winning. I was like,
you know what? I was at 7, lost 12,000. I was like, you know what? It'll pick itself up, and it did, and I carried on. So yeah. Anyway, Fallout 4. Look at the weapon modification. Looks interesting, but I'm not sure whether it's going to be as good as it looks. My one problem. I'm sure someone will come along. I think Anti-Star will come along and make WMX again, and we'll be sorted. Originally,
our plan, Brian, was to make a pre-Fallout 4 announcement podcast, wasn't it?
It was.
To make a short little prediction podcast. And then we were going to make a post-Bethesda E3 podcast, but then Brian was studying, so fair enough. But I would like to call out at how fucking awesome I am at predicting things.
Uh-oh. Tooting his own horn again.
Well, basically everything I said, apart from the fact that we said in general, apart from the fact that it was set in early Fallout, like early post Fallout, was what they announced. Like that, I said, oh, there'll be some sort of weird crafting system going on with the weapons and possibly the armor, and there was.
You know what? I was looking at the the wallpaper you gave to me when they accidentally launched the site an hour early and took it back down again. A lot of the stuff actually links into what they were showing off.
Oh yeah, that's
i.e. the Mr.
Well,
Handy, the laser rifle in the back.
Well, yeah, we mentioned the laser rifle, didn't we?
Yeah.
When I was doing my little write-up of like little notes, I was like, the laser rifle's a thing that should be pointed out, because that is clearly not a normal laser rifle, which it wasn't. It had crafting in it. And the dog was a thing.
Yep.
I
lost the dog then. I couldn't see it. Then I realised it was inside the garage and not outside.
I can't remember what else that I sort of said would be right and was. I don't know.
I'm still not sure if that's a sentry bot leg or something sitting up there, because it doesn't look like any kind of barrel that would go on a laser rifle.
Maybe it's for the for the power armor. You can just replace your feet. Sentry bot, just wheel around. Look, you've got a jetpack.
I'm so sick of these two legs on 3 sentry bot wheels.
You don't even need legs anymore. Just replace them with wheels.
I'm a sentry bot now.
So yeah, Fallout 4. That I stayed up to watch that. I don't know if you.
That shit's great. I didn't, because I had work in the morning. So
yeah, but
I watched it at lunchtime.
Like, if Bethesda could just come out every year and just have a show that's that good, which they can't, of course, because
that's unrealistic.
They make like 6 games and they make them well.
Yeah, unlike Call of Duty, which comes out every year.
Oh, I'm gonna have to talk about Call of Duty, right?
Only because it's in your notes. Can I just delete it and pretend it never happened?
No, I'm just gonna have to talk about the fact that in general, E3 this year was a lot of. For me, I was basically saying, like, if they don't do Fallout 4 this year, it's not fucking happening anytime soon.
And I'm going to go and burn down Bethesda's.
Yeah, and I also said to people about Last Guardian, which they announced at Sony's thing, that if it doesn't happen this year, it's not fucking happening ever. And everyone was joking about Shenmue 3 being a thing. Like,
I don't know what that is.
I don't know what Shenmue is, but it's...
Is it a fighting game?
No, it's some sort of story game from 2000, and it was
boring.
On Dreamcast or something. But the entire E3 was lots of people basically saying if it doesn't happen, it's never fucking happening, and like it all happened. It was like, what the fuck?
Well, I was unlucky enough to be studying while I had EA's stuff on, and oh my god, it was sport game after sport game after sport game.
And they got Pele on, who incoherently mumbled English.
That was the most awkward interview I've ever had.
It was basically one guy coming in his pants over his football hero for
basically
20 minutes.
Asking him like inane questions. What's your name? Where do you come from? What do you think about football? It's like, come on, man.
You called it a beautiful game.
Yeah. What? That's a statement, not a question.
You once called it the beautiful game. Yes.
Do you still believe that is the case? Or to quote
Pele.
It's really hard to understand Pele as well.
Well, because not only is he's French, isn't he?
I don't know.
I think he's French.
I don't think he's French.
I don't know. Maybe he's not. But he's not natively English, right?
Right.
I'll say that to avoid any presumptions.
Avoid the F word.
And he mumbles. So not only does he not talk really clear English, he mumbles it. He mumbled the entire thing. It's like...
Yeah, it was really awkward. Really, really awkward. I hated it.
And then fucking Plants vs. Zombies. What the fuck?
What have they done to Plants vs. Zombies?
I don't know. Last time I touched Plants vs. Zombies, it was on my iPhone 3G. Fucking that. And it was a fucking tower defense game that was really fucking awesome.
Yeah, it was really fun. What? They made like a team... Whatever, I don't know what the hell it is now.
I don't know what they do.
I watched it and I was like, this game actually was really boring. You've ruined it. You've ruined Plants vs. Zombies.
Yeah.
So you can eat shit.
I was talking about Call of Duty, right, so...
Well, I've deleted it from the plan, so it doesn't exist anymore.
No, one of the things that everyone was saying was, oh dear, this is when Microsoft for the past... Since, like, 2010? I think it was. They had an exclusivity deal. They went, we've got an exclusivity for the next, like, 5
thought you said an
years.
exclusive dildo.
No, they're the exclusive Call of Duty dildo.
Well, that's pretty much what they're doing when people
They're
keep buying it.
semen-shaped bullets. Oh,
Anyway.
dear. But no, they had the exclusivity deal, so they got the DLC first and that jazz, right? And everyone's
Right.
going, it ends this year, what's going to happen? And either Microsoft were going to renew it, which would have, been a good move for Microsoft with the less popular console. Right. Because exclusives don't exist anymore. Or either Sony were going to take it. And the only way we were going to find out was by watching the Microsoft press conference, which was basically the only reason I watched it, to see what happened, and also to listen to the word Windows 10 and Xbox One exclusive, which is really weird to hear, but it happened quite a lot. But there was no Call of Duty, so everyone's going, holy shit, have Sony actually stolen Call of Duty from Microsoft, which is like, one of the things that made Xbox 360 so popular was the fact that the Xbox exclusivity. And then Sony came along, and at the end of their thing, they were like, yeah, we've got Call of Duty. It's just like, wow, you actually stole it from Microsoft.
Well, good for their prestige site from Microsoft, but who cares?
I mean, Sony are doing so well this generation. It's just like...
It's because they haven't been dickheads.
Microsoft did well this year. They didn't mention TV once, whereas Sony did at some point, and everyone
Yeah,
sort
but
of
they
fell asleep.
acted like dickheads for most of the time.
Yeah,
That's the problem.
This year they sort of went back on track to, like, they didn't even mention Kinect once. Like, they've given up on Kinect, which is nice.
I think they've given up on trying to force everyone into their way of thinking because no one thinks that way.
But E3 in general was a good E3 this year. I'm excited for the next year of games. I can't remember any of the games that were announced, to be honest. Like,
it was the first E3 that I've ever sat down and watched. I mean, I had it on while I was playing Net's car game. Obviously before the update. I still played it often. And there was, like the duck game, which was hilarious. I found that was absolutely fucking hilarious.
Duck game?
Yeah, duck game. It's actually called Duck Game.
Don't remember it.
I don't know if it's just local, so over LAN or what, but it was a very funny game. Look it up.
I don't remember, but I will look it up. But I literally remember nothing. When I came out of E3, when E3 was over, I was like, right, I didn't come out of E3, I didn't go there, so
Yep.
But when it was over, I was like, this year is gonna be fucking awesome for games. Like, November is just packed. It's got Fallout 4. It's Fallout 4, I think, in November, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah,
November
Fallout
10th.
4. Of course, it's got Call of Duty, but
Who cares about that?
I think it's got the new Tomb Raider
Who cares about that?
and the new Assassin's Creed, which
Who cares about that?
again, yeah. But it's just like I just don't. There were so many good games coming out in November, like games that I wanted to buy, and I can't remember any of them apart from Fallout 4.
I'm actually finding it very hard to get excited about games these days. I only Fallout 4 is one this time because it's just like, you know what? All of these are in a series or whatever, and they're all marred by previous poor releases, and it's just like, all I'm expecting is to get, shit shoveled in my face. And then to throw a little bit of glitter on it a couple months later. That's it. That's gaming.
Yeah. Well,
especially these days.
Oh, something I didn't put in the news actually was Batman Arkham Shite.
What's that? I thought...
Did you not see the Batman Arkham Knight shit go down?
I've read it off, mate. I've just gone, yep.
Oh, man.
Yet another bad episode in gaming, because we haven't had enough of those recently.
Steam refunds came out, I think, a week before the Steam refund system, which we should have had forever. And
before you carry on,
right.
Do not laud this as an achievement. They are doing what they should have been doing already.
I was about to say, everyone bowing down and going, oh god, thank you, Gaben, you are our Lord and Savior.
Gaben, you're a prick. You should have done it already, you wanker.
This is a consumer right that we have been given back.
Yeah.
We should not be being given our consumer rights back. I mean, in the US, they don't have consumer rights as such. It's all state-based and shit like that.
But here
in the UK, not only in the EU, but in the UK we have consumer rights, and in the EU we have consumer rights.
So you have to adhere to them. You can't go, oh, well, we're going to be really nice to give you some fucking refunds now. You should have given to us in the first place.
Yeah, and the fact that before this, when you bought a game anywhere in the EU, it basically when you pressed it said underneath the buy button, if you press this button, you agreed that you have no consumer rights anymore. Is basically what it said.
Yep.
It's like you agree to give up your statutory rights by clicking this button.
But you can't technically agree to that, can you?
Well,
Because you're essentially bypassing EU law, which is against the law.
this is the thing, right? A while ago, the EU basically came out and said all terms of service are bullshit because they don't apply to EU law, right?
Yeah, I was going to say.
So,
aren't they overridden by a bigger
The only reason
law?
they put it up on that page is so that if anyone did take them to court, they could use that as their defense. But of course, the problem is nobody wanted to take them to court because everyone's like, I'm going to lose! But they probably wouldn't. They'd probably win, actually, in the long run.
And if enough people went, we'll all go to court against them, they'd have won.
Well, Australia's done it now. That's the only reason this refund thing came in, I believe, is because Australia came out and basically said, you're not being good guys, right? Australia as a country, like, the government sued Valve.
I've had enough of your shit, Valve. You're giving us refunds.
And that hasn't gone through yet, but I think basically the Steam refunds came around as part of that because finally somebody was willing to stand up to Steam.
Well, that's the thing. I would have thought that if you brought it to the attention of, the trade organisations and whatnot, that something would have happened. Because you can't go on ignoring the laws of the place you're serving.
Yeah,
that's essentially what they were doing. In
summary, don't fucking laud Steam refunds is a good thing. Mm-hmm.
It's not a good thing. It's what should have been done in the first place.
Yeah. However,
basically,
I can agree with saying is that Steam refunds have now changed gaming.
I read on PCG and they were going, I think it's changed it for the worse because I can just buy a game so I don't like it and get rid. No, it has not changed it for the worse.
Care. Like, if you're right, the limit of Steam refunds is 14 days and 2 hours playtime, right? If your game is shorter than 2 hours playtime, it's not a bad game. It doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad game. It could be fucking amazing 2 hours.
Oh yeah, it could be the best 2 hours you
Fine.
Yeah.
If it's a fucking amazing 2 hour gameplay, do you think people are going to get a refund for that game?
Probably.
I think that there will be a small percentage of people that are complete dicks and get a refund because they can, right? But I think the majority of people will go, actually, that game was really good. I might want to play it again, and I just want to let the developer have their money.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, I think, especially on PC, we're not quite as fickle as we're made out. If we like what you're doing and we really appreciate the work you put into it, we will happily give you our money.
Yeah,
if you are in the business of fucking us over, I want my money back.
This was the thing with the paid mods as well. I was happy. I'm happy to pay for Right. I'm happy to pay for a mod if it has some quality control behind it.
No, no. So I don't have that stance. I'm not happy to pay for a mod, even if it has quality control, because there are still things that go wrong with mods. They're unofficial. They're not made by the devs of the game. But I'm more than happy to test your mod. If I like it, I'm more than happy to donate cash to you.
See, this is what I think the system should have been, right? It shouldn't have been paid mods. It should have been... You know pay-to-run, don't you, Brian?
I know of it.
Yeah, you know the system. It's, you offer money on a monthly basis or a per video basis or whatever. That's what it should have been, right? It should have been you've played, when you've installed the mod and when you've played the game for a few hours, Steam could have gone, you've played with this mod for a few hours, would you like to support this developer?
Yeah.
I think that would have been... if a mod is the size of a game and it is running fine, then sure, you could put a paywall against it. You would lose a lot of people. But I don't think there is any, moral issue there.
Whereas you say that.
The problem with the Steam paid mods was the fact that they, even in their FAQ, they basically said, my mod stopped working, what do I do? And they basically said, ask the developer nicely to fix it. It said nicely.
Hold on, but when you buy something, the person you're buying from is supposed to supply something that is fit for purpose, of adequate quality. If that is not delivered, then you're well within your rights to get your money back.
Mm-hmm.
It's a shoddy system. It's a shoddy system. Someone obviously was on the toilet having a big shit, thinking, "How can I make some cash? How can I, as Valve, make money off of doing nothing?"
I've had a problem with us recording at lunchtime, Brian. I'm fucking starving.
I'm starving as well. My stomach is rumbling like a motherfucker.
Yeah. Brian,
I'm dreaming about ham and cheese.
This is all your fault, Brian.
Not my fault. It's Mumble's fault. It's Multiplay's fault. Multiplay for the shittest servers in the world.
Anyway, the Batman Arkham thing is that Game came out. They got a team of 12 people to port it to PC. It ran at 30 FPS. It was locked to 30 FPS. It didn't run at 30 FPS. Fucking hell! If you ran it at 30 FPS, you were lucky.
Didn't run it at 60 actually break some things in the game?
Yeah, it broke.
And that's why it's capped.
The Batmobile, which is like 90% of the game apparently. I haven't played it yet because it's not fixed.
Why didn't you get a refund? I'd have got a refund on that shit.
Right. I didn't buy it off Steam. I bought it off Green Man Gaming. I bought it on the night of release because I thought, right, this is going to be a good game, and it was, I think, 30% off on Green Man Gaming?
Yeah.
I will plug Green Man Gaming here.
It's because they're paying you.
Yeah, you can click a link on the video or underneath the video, and you get.
Or Snow put an end state in which he awkwardly voices over it, and
yeah, it's very awkward. But I was the only way I could think to bring attention to it. I want to bring attention to it because it supports my viewers. It's for my viewers.
What, or one of them, which is me. I'm your viewer.
Yes, but it gives you a 20% off code, right?
Yeah, but you could have told me that before I went and pre-ordered Fallout 4.
I'm sorry.
Well, they're saying that I did pay 37 quid for it rather than 40. So.
Yeah, I think it dropped it to about 40
quid.
Yeah, 40. Was it 40 quid? Yeah.
Yeah, so it was 20% off 50.
I don't know. Right. Anyway, this supports my viewers, which is why I do it. Sure, it gives me a bit of money if they use the link, but in the long run, it helps. It gives more to them than it does to me.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Do you not get a cut of the sales?
I get a cut of the sales if they use the link. Right?
Right. This is all coming to the fore now. Don't do Yogscast and pretend you're not up to no good, okay?
No, I've just said it gives me money, but in the long run, it benefits them.
Oh yeah, everyone's looking for.
They don't even have to use my link; they can still use the voucher code, right?
Look, I'm always looking for a
quick
cheap discount. Always. I don't want to pay full price. There's no one paying 50 quid for PC games. I'm not on a console. I'm not a chump. There's no way I'm paying more than £40.
I'm just eating a box of sweets now, like I'm fucking hungry.
I'm dreaming of my ham and cheese sandwich, I really am.
Should we take a break, Brian?
No, let's plough through. Just get on to some
Right, yeah, but let's get this done. How long have we been recording now?
Very long. An hour?
About an hour. Right, so, we've got a few minutes, 30 or so minutes. Let's get on to the PC gaming show.
Oh, I see you hold on to your stomach, children thing. Is that throwback to Three Dogs? Is that what that is?
Yes!
That's
what the children part is, anyway.
I was blind, I don't.
Right.
What's John's medley of SOE?
Oh, yeah, we got to talk about that. Fucking hell. PC gaming show. We're going back to E3 quickly.
Yeah.
Chewing.
What, is he going to go into his next sentence? Or is he making me say something, or what?
So, PC Gamer this year, they decided that they wanted to host a PC gaming show for PC gamers at E3. The first PC gaming show at E3. Which I was like, cool, this is going to be good. We're going to get some sort of... It's going to be the first one, so it's not going to be massive exclusives or anything like that, because exclusives don't exist for on PC, because you've got free platforms. But, yeah. I thought it's going to be good, because we're going to get to see some PC perspective games, games that are made...
Games for us.
Yeah. Games that go, right, they may be on console. Sort of like Killing Floor, it's made for the PC.
Yeah.
And then ported to console. However, what happened was, they had Day9, who is a streamer of things like StarCraft and League of Legends. I don't know if it is League or not. And they were just StarCraft. And it was a chat show format, right?
Right. So like Graham Norton.
Like what?
Graham Norton.
Yeah, like Graham Norton, or more like the Jonathan Ross show, actually, because it had the whole desk thing going on.
I hate Jonathan Ross.
It had the whole desk thing going on, like all the American chat shows have.
Oh yeah, because the presenter must sit behind a desk to assert his dominance.
And they had a sofa, and everyone just all sat on that. And then it was sponsored by AMD, and I was like, oh god, it's sponsored by AMD, it's just going to be literally AMD. It wasn't too bad, but the fucking opening thing, there was this, Heavenly Choir, right? Heavenly Choir music to a man building a PC. And then he got a back bottle of debranded Mountain Dew. They pulled the label off and poured it into a wine glass. And that was the intro for the show. I was like, oh, fucking hell.
We know where this is going.
Yeah. And then it started off awkwardly, and Day 9, bless him, was so fucking good at, like, just getting over the awkwardness.
Yeah.
And then they brought on AMD, and they talked about graphics cards, and I was like, dear God. Like, all they need to say is, this is a graphics card, it's powerful and fancy, go buy it.
It
But
does
no,
stuff.
they talked about the science of graphics cards and how many teraflops it had, and I was like, dear God, you're losing viewers by the fucking nanosecond here.
You lost me now.
And then they brought on the Deus Ex guys, I think it was, and they started talking about ambient occlusion and solid space reflection, and then they showed a video, and we thought, oh, it's going to be a Deus Ex gameplay video, great, because we haven't seen that yet. No, it was a fucking like a benchmark showing all the different effects when you've got them on and off, and it's like, what the fuck?
Yeah, but these are important things to PC gamers.
Yeah, but I know, but this is E3. This is meant, the idea of the PC gaming show, or like the idea of any E3 conference, right, for a platform, is to sell the platform.
Look at it this way. They've done it once, they'll never have to do it again.
But I think they should do it again. They should learn from the mistakes.
Well, no, I mean, they'll never have to go through ambient occlusion and all the rest of it, because they've already done it.
Mm.
It's not, isn't going to suddenly change.
I really hope they don't. And I will congratulate Day 9 on being a fucking fantastic host. David Braben, the guy that makes Elite Dangerous and made Roller Coaster Tycoon 3 and all that, right? He's made some groundbreaking games. And like any proper game dev, he is a fucking sociophobe, right? He does not get on well in front of crowds. He's not a people person. He's a game dev. He's a guy that sits at a computer and programs all fucking day. And he walks on stage, and this format is normally they walk on stage, sat down, and have a conversation with Day 9. But David Braben walked on stage, sort of stood in the middle of the stage, and went, "This is a new game that we're showing off that isn't Elite Dangerous." He stumbled, and the crowd sort of went silent. And then Day 9 was like, "Go on, go." He's like, "Give the man applause." And it was like, "That's really cool of you." And then he just sort of walked off.
Well, it's not very nice being socially awkward. So
no, I know. I'm saying that's what I say. Day 9 was really fucking good at trying to encourage the guy, you know. But it was just it was the whole, like, having a conversation. It wasn't an interview. It was a conversation they were having. It was so fucking
Look at it this
awkward.
way. At least it wasn't an interview with Pele. Seriously, that shit was awkward.
Mm-hmm.
Right, so can we get to the part where John Smedley of SOE, I'm not calling it their new name, it's SOE.
Right, John Smedley is a fucking idiot.
Continues to be John Smedley, thus getting all their games DDoSD.
John Smedley is an idiot, right?
Right, we know that already, but
shut his fucking mouth.
So is he like the Tony Blair of gaming?
Yes, right. He needs to. Sometimes he needs like a PR guy to be like, don't put it on Twitter. Don't put it on Twitter. But he doesn't have one of those guys, right? So, he has been heavily attacked in the past by Lizard Squad. He's had tax returns filed by them, and stuff like that. He's been swatted by them and stuff like that. And one of the guys had, I think it was 50,000 criminal charges against him, and he was let go free.
What?
Yeah. The federal court let him go free, and then John Smedley was like, right, this isn't fair. He said, "I'm coming for you," which probably isn't the best wording.
That's a really bad idea.
What he meant was, going to take you to court myself, but he said, "I'm coming for you."
Oh my god.
To one of the head guys of Lizard Squad. Right, so John Smedley tweeted this out. And then, fucking instantly, almost instantly, every SOE game was taken down by Lizard Squad.
+1 Lizard Squad.
And it was like, Jesus Christ, John, why did you tweet that?
Yeah, that's so stupid.
That's just asking for shit.
Oh, no, I punched my mic. Oh, no.
And I think
It's
at this
so
point they're
stupid.
still down as well. Of course, by the time this podcast goes up, they might not be.
By the
Then
time
again-
this podcast
then again,
goes out, they would have released 16 new games. And I would
I'm hoping to get out
I've had to listen
Monday,
to you
but-
incessantly moan about editing it.
I'm hoping to edit all today, and then I'm going away tomorrow, and then I'll get it up by Monday.
Can we get it up by Monday?
Yeah. He made a sex joke!
I didn't say anything. I just repeated what you said, then laughed.
Mm-hmm.
I
Anyway,
just saw something really funny on my screen, that's all.
Brian.
What?
Brian, it's time to get to the last bit of the podcast because I'm fucking starving!
So you haven't talked about the Nintendo World Championships, or the Division, or Assassin's Creed Syndicate,
Nintendo
or
World
XCOM
Championship was
2,
good.
or Irony that is Ubisoft sales, or a review of things, and other things. You haven't done any of those things.
No, right, we're going to funny stories, Brian. Be
so much you've
Rony
missed.
Moneylicious.
You're so talentless.
I'm starving! My stomach is hurting now.
Oh, you shouldn't have eaten those razor blades, should you? I did tell you.
Want to know how I got these scars?
That's probably from a film that I don't understand.
You've
It's
not
probably
seen The
Batman.
Dark Knight. If you've not seen The Dark Knight...
I've not seen Dark Knight.
God, Brian, no!
What, have I committed some kind of cardinal sin now?
Well, when I say I hate Star Wars, everyone goes, "What the fuck is wrong with you?"
Yeah, but you've seen Star Wars, haven't you?
Yes.
I also didn't actually give any opinion on.
No, I'm just
Batman,
saying you
Dark
haven't
Knight,
seen The Dark Knight. That's like one of those movies you must see.
Like, I haven't seen it. Doesn't mean I haven't given my opinion. I've said, oh, it's a load of shit, but I haven't seen it.
I wasn't saying that, Brian. I was just saying.
Well, it was you were
one of those
implying it
movies-
by comparing it to your Star Wars
I was,
thing.
I was comparing it to when people say, "Have you seen this?" and they go, "What?"
And it's basically sacrilege when you haven't seen it.
Yes, which is what The Dark Knight is. It's sacrilege when you haven't seen it, basically.
Well,
Right, anyway.
no, I'm never going to watch it.
What
Just
one do
get
I
on your
pick,
nerves.
Brian? Do I pick number 1 or 2? I can be able to do one of them. So
Well, I'm not sure if American Found in Wales is really that funny. I did see the other one, and I didn't find it that entertaining. I was like, that's stupid.
which one did you see?
Um,
A or Children?
all right, Paul Gadd.
Wow.
Yeah, I went there, bitches. No one knows who Paul Gadd is, though.
I'm not even going to mention who he is. Just
Unless
to
they start
make
going,
it...
oh my god. Good times.
Which one do I pick, Brian?
Pick one of them.
I'm going to go with the football pitch.
American Found in Wales.
American Found it what? No.
Yeah, American Found in Wales.
Oh, it's in Found in Wales, isn't it? Okay.
Oh, I read your funny story better than you do.
I thought it was in America, but hey ho. So,
I don't even want to open this one because it sounds
just
horrible.
open it. Just open it. Just
No,
look
I'm
at
not
the
doing
pictures.
it.
Just look
No,
at the pictures.
Listeners, Snowy will put the link to his funny story in the description. You can
Yes,
tell
I
me how
will.
disgusting it is through dance, interpretive dance.
Water workers in Wales took 5 hours to remove a fatberg as long as a football pitch from the sewage system.
That's disgusting.
The huge blob of congealed grease had blocked
Oh.
a 120-metre long sewer along an entire street in
That's
Welshpool, Wales.
horrible. Oh.
Seven Trent Water said the blockage had caused sewage to start backing up. Effluent would have started coming back out through the drains, sinks and toilets if work had not been undertaken quickly. The water.
Oh, that's so horrible. Oh, I'm just going to wash my hands in this shit.
It was getting concerned about the number of blockages being caused by fat and other materials in some of its areas.
I think there's a murderer on the loose then. Flushing people down the toilet.
Fatberg was discovered when technicians visited to find the source of its recent call-outs. Can you imagine that, opening up the fucking manhole and be like, bleh!
I wouldn't have to open the manholes and be like, that's horrible. There's so many levels of manky.
Our investigation showed that one sewer in particular on Berry Road had been entirely blocked up by a buildup of fat, and when we tried to clear the blockage, we found that the entire sewer was blocked for 120 metres. It took our team 5 hours of constant work. 5 hours of constant clearing out fat.
It sucks to be the guy who had to clean that out
Mm-hmm.
with a giant toilet brush or a giant plunger. Imagine a giant plunger. You could use it on people's front doors and suck them out of their houses. Come out the house, madam. The police are here. No! Out they come. Oh, I don't know, that tickled me so.
So we've gone through my disgusting story. That has actually made me feel sick now. Looking at
Yeah,
the
you've
pictures.
actually made yourself sick.
Doesn't help. I just ate a shitload of sweets to try and put my stomach to rest.
That's gonna help. Yes,
Right,
the
Brian,
way
you
to sort
get
out
on
being
with
sick is to
your
eat more food.
funny story.
My funny story is, drunk driver jumps into a police car and says, "Get me out of here, buddy. Cops are everywhere."
That's it.
So,
That's the entire story, isn't it?
that's pretty much the story. That is the story.
This is why I didn't get my story from the Metro in the end.
I didn't get my story from
They're
the
like
Metro.
a paragraph long and they give up after that. Like, okay.
Well, it's more that the person who wrote the article laughing at the person. They actually put lol. Lol.
LOL!
Lol. In big capital letters. You know, his getaway might have worked if he hadn't got into a nearby police car. Lol. It is quite amusing. How drunk do you have to be to think a police car is a taxi? Oh yeah, these guys got guns. This is quite a nice taxi design you got there. It says police on the side.
Must mean you go really fast.
Yeah. Oh, do you get to beat all the traffic lights and everything? Fucking idiot.
Can you turn the sirens on? Yeah!
Yeah! What a taxi! Oh wait, I'm going to the police station.
This isn't my house. Oh shit!
So how much is it? 5 years. That's how. So yeah, that guy sucks. I didn't go for any disgusting stories because that's horrible.
Well, my other story wasn't disgusting, but it was less impactful.
Less impacted, I think.
Compacted into a sewer. Around 20 meters.
Well, if impacted doesn't mean that you got shit and you can't get rid of it.
I don't know. Anyway, are we done now, Brian? Because I'm hungry and it's now 1 p.m. We started at 11.
No, we didn't start at 11.
Well,
I got here at 10 past.
You weren't there at 11.
I got here at 10 past 11.
I know.
Yeah.
I know, buddy. It's fine.
Real life.
It's all gonna be
real
fine.
life happens, mate. Real life happens.
Have you got anything else to say, Brian?
Then we had technical difficulties for 20 minutes. And then there was 6 minutes that we got in on Mumble.
Brian, what's the special word they've got to say this month?
Oh, I don't know. Flatulent emu.
Flatulent emu.
Well,
do this month you send them a flatulent emu. They put it in their comments.
well, last time it was extra sausages, wasn't it?
Yeah. And you were going to send them a sausage if they put it, but nobody did.
They did. So fuck those guys. I've got loads of sausages myself now. I bought like
They're
16 packs.
Or more than that. There must be more than a month old now.
Yeah, I bought like 16 packs ready for all these people for extra sausages, and there were none. So, sausage sandwiches for me every day for the next 6 years.
Oh dear. So flatulent emu.
Yep, and I will send an email that has a flatulence problem and send to part for your letterbox.
Product not yet rated.
It's not rated. No, not rated.
It was April we put the podcast up, Brian. April!
Wow, that long ago already?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, 25th of April it went up.
Yeah, after, 10 days you incessantly whining about editing it?
4 months ago!
Yeah, well, I was you incessantly whining about it. Oh,
Fuck
I
it,
hate
you edit
editing
the next
this.
one then. You edit the next one.
Oh my god, I hate editing.
Yeah, you edit the next one, Brian.
Oh no, you have to ask me to do something.
Yeah.
I can't do that.
Yeah.
I don't even know how to record properly yet.
That's because you haven't, I've gone, why don't you record this? You've gone, nah! Or
I've
just
been
point blank
busy and
ignored me.
shit.
Or point blank ignored me, which is mostly the answer.
Well, it's not my fault, but I spent a lot of last month studying, so...
I know, Brian. It's fine. Pat. You'll be better soon.
And it'll start again next week as well. I'm just doing more studying. So I failed an exam, so I've got to do a retake.
God, you failed an exam.
Yep, I've got to do a retake, and there's one I still haven't taken yet.
Hey, look, my friend retook his first year at uni, and he failed the retake. He failed the first exam on this year, and he failed the retake. He's now failed the same exam 3 times.
How do you fail it 3 times? Sure, that's the first time you learn what you failed on. I know what I failed on.
I do not know.
But yeah, there we go.
So that was that podcast. Which still is a better name.
Even though Snowy glazed over like half of it because apparently his need for food is greater than his need to entertain people.
Yes, it is.
Which is probably why your YouTube channel's failing, mate.
My need for sustenance is more important than my need for entertainment.
No, I'm losing subs by the minute. Oh, really need a sandwich.
Actually, I'm almost at 200 now. I'm at 198.
Oh, so that's gone up since the last time I looked at it.
Yeah, it was 195.
I think it was 193 when I looked at it.
When did you look at it? Fucking months ago.
A couple of months ago, yeah.
What, April?
Probably
last time you watched a video on my channel.
You got 198
April.
subscribers. Oh,
Yeah.
Go you.
What do I do at 200,
45,000
Brian?
views.
What do I do at 200?
You beg none of them to leave so you don't go back under 200?
I thought you were going to suggest I make a sex tape or something like that because it's you, but...
Oh, no, it's 1,000, mate.
Alright, okay, 1,000 subs.
Actually, it's 6,969.
Yeah, 6,969 subs. Actually, no, 6,900,609... No.
Really? Where are you going?
6,969,000. There you go. 600...
No.
And 90.
No.
There you go. No, 696.
This is a mess.
0.9 subscribers. So at 6 million subscribers, there will be a sex tape. There won't be a sex tape.
So after all that, you're not actually getting one. I've got 8 subscribers.
Woo!
We're doing
You've got
basically
190 less than me, Brian.
basically naff all.
I just poured water all over my...
Oh.
I went to have a drink and the bottle was more full than I expected.
Oh no. But yeah, I don't know why people subscribe to me. I don't do anything.
No.
Just besides putting out riveting next car game content.
Just you driving around for 10 minutes.
6 actually, or 7 minutes 50. Or,
Nearly 10 minutes, and according to your maths.
yeah, as good as 10 minutes. What?
Oh dear. I like how we're like, what are we done? Are we done now, Brian? And an hour later, we're done.
I've got 3,000 views.
Woo! Woo! I've got 45,226.
Yeah, you've been going longer than me, mate.
4 years. 4 fucking years.
You can probably stop recording now.
Probably can.
We're just chatting.
Yeah.
You didn't say
The minute
goodbye,
I stop recording, I'm going for food, so... That's how this shit works. Right! Thank you for listening. I'm being Kermit.
Oh dear.
And this has been a That Podcast. Say goodbye, Brian.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Don't get multiplayer servers.
Don't get multiplayer servers. Multiplayer, if I'm employed by you in the future, I'm sorry.
He's not sorry. Your servers suck.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh, this supersonic jet will take you from London to New York in 3 hours.
Wow.
Almost as fast as Concorde did it.
Right, so what we've done is we've regressed. Concorde
time. Yeah, the average time for Concorde was 3 hours and 30 minutes. So we've cut it down by 30 minutes in
And
what?
we said it's almost as fast as Concorde.
In what though? What 2003 Concorde came out.
So we're only just getting better 12 years later.
Yeah.
Good times. Good
by,
freaking times.
By 12 years and half an hour.
Wow, at that rate, we'll be doing it in like an hour in what? 22:50? Hold on to your hats, guys, so we're going to finally get there quickly in 240 years.
Oh dear.
Seriously, fuck that shit.
Why we ever got rid of Concorde, I don't know. Probably because it cost so fucking much.
It's expensive to run, that's why. It was a loss leader.
Yeah.
But it was an amazing feat of
awesome.
engineering.
Exactly.
And they
it's like
don't
the Veyrons. They still sell Veyrons, even though there was like $1 million on each one, don't they?
Yeah, they're a twatty car, and they carry 2 people. What's the capacity of Concorde?
Capacity of Concorde. I've got a big FAQ here.
Let's say, Google it for me.
Max to 100 passengers and 9 crew.
That's actually not much. That's quite poor. But then they were making $1
It could
on the
go
tickets.
4,500 miles with 100 passengers and 9 crew on. It's quite a lot.
Yeah,
far that could go.
It was expensive to run. That was the only reason they got rid of it. Which is quite stupid, really. They could have kept one.
But the other problem was the fact that the Paris accident in 2000 basically fucked it.
What was the Paris accident?
The tyre burst on takeoff, which then part of it hit one of the fuel tanks that burst the fuel tank and set it on fire.
Right.
So it was because what happened was the French, I think this is what my science teacher told me, the French president, it was French Concorde that had the accident.
Of course it was.
The French president wanted to take off early, so he took off. He cancelled all the flights and took off early. And his plane dropped a bit of metal which planes do. They just, parts fall off occasionally, and it's fine. But I
feel so safe.
Oh,
it's alright, guys. The plane's just undressing itself.
But normally they clean it up, but the Concorde wanted to get going because it was so late. It was like an hour late at this point, so they wanted to get going. So they started taking off, and then they hit the piece of metal, it flung up, and yeah.
Right. So basically, the French being incompetent, as usual, caused a series of unfortunate events, which then tarnished the reputation of an entire fleet of planes.
Yep. Jesus, it cost 1.134 billion to develop the Concorde.
So how much were they to buy?
Cost to build the 16 production Concordes was 654 million. Of which 278 million was recovered through sales.
Is that? Oh my god! It was like they just only bought them when the steam aeroplane sales were on. 75% off. I'll have one of those. I'm only buying it when it's on offer.
Yeah, it was also funded by the two governments. You've got a funny story now.
I have. I'm not going to tell you it because I was new to the effect. You know what I'm saying?
And yet, they're saying here that Airbus, the people that make the A380, which is a fucking awesome plane, just by its size, would never exist without Concorde.
Never exist what?
Never existed without Concorde. Airbus wouldn't have.
Ah, so you're telling me that the technologically superior Concorde was the precursor to any kind of
massive, gigantic fuck-off plane that needs its own plane to carry its wings that's bigger than the actual plane.
Yeah.
I do love that about the Airbus A380. They built a plane to carry the wings for the plane. Which is bigger than the plane. So where does that plane get made?
I wonder if they factor that plane into production costs for it. Well, we needed to build another plane.